Yo, hello everyone. Welcome to a new live stream for the weekend for the crypto market. Nice to see all of you guys. Dermot, hello, Solitarius, Patrick, and Activated. Nice to see all of you guys. And I hope that the audio is good because I messed it up a little bit today. So I hope that it's not so bad. You let me know, maybe, guys. You let me know maybe in the comments. I'm just trying also to adjust the mic. Okay, so how are you doing, guys? I hope that you're doing well, and of course I hope that you enjoy the weekend. And we're gonna see what's gonna happen today. So obviously that the price is start to move on, and that's why of course I start the live stream a little bit earlier today. Well, it was supposed to be on 6, then I changed it to 7 because I had to do something, and I could manage it to finish it fast and came back, of course. So here we go. We see, of course, a drop for Bitcoin as expected, of course, in the deep analysis today. And we're going to see, of course, what it might happen within this wave 5 because we are here in a potential 1, 2, 3. Wave 4 is a triangle here, and we're looking at a wave 5 toward the downside here. So this wave 5 might unfold, of course, a potential wave 1 here, and we might see, of course, continuation for a very massive impulse because, as we mentioned today, the highest possibility currently is, of course, a 1112s, where you still, of course, did not invalidate the scenario in 1112s, and of course, we drop very massively here downward. And that is, of course, a signal without invalidation, knowing that we took the 886, but never forget, it's not a rule, it's a guideline. Many times it has happened that we saw, of course, a wave 3 from an 886 as well. And it might still, of course, be a potential here, wave 5 unfolding since we took anyway the low. But on the 15-minute chart, we can see 1, 2, 3. Currently, we're working on the wave 4 and a 5. And we might see, of course, a little bit upside again. And that because, of course, we might finish here wave 1, 2, and then we continue the drop downward. I love you too, Solitarius. Thank you, buddy. So nice to see you here. Let's see what do we have today. So basically, this is regarding Bitcoin. We're gonna see also the Bitcoin dominance. We have some requests from the Discord, and let's take yours as well, guys. We have BONK for Dermot, and we have also LTC. And so far, yeah, that's it. Basically, of course, many new requests might comes in. So we're gonna dive deeper also a little bit in Bitcoin dominance. So Bitcoin dominance, by the way, we see that of course we finished here the impulse downward, right? This impulse as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And we're looking basically for a correction here. Now, obviously that this correction, I mean, I was expecting to reach a little bit higher so far, but the things are even much more slower. So we see here kind of like a potential A, B, and a C. The wave C is kind of like ending diagonal here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can this unfold later on? Something for lower directly? Well, can be. That never forget that Bitcoin dominance, guys, it doesn't follow Elliott wave like 100%. Okay, of course you will see impulses, you will see the same shape almost, but what I mean with it is sometimes that it can be like a little bit shifting or deviating from the rules even, and you might see, of course, that the things are simply very noisy, as we see, of course, before in the previous bull run here for the altcoins. So we saw a lot of noises and we simply dropped down. Yeah, very simply just dropping down. I'm expecting the same, but I'm still wondering if it's gonna take a longer time or if it's gonna drop directly, because currently we are looking at an ABC that it can be finished, A, B, and a C. So the question mark right now is it's gonna do it, or yeah, or it's gonna continue ranging sideways. So we're gonna see, guys. But basically here, I think that we're not yet done, of course, for higher. But anyway, because you see here 3 ways down, so probably we might shift still, of course, for higher a little bit here, and we might see, of course, Bitcoin maybe moving for higher as well at the same time, or probably even if dropping down, that means all the altcoins and the Bitcoin will drop down if we move higher. But basically, if we move down for Bitcoin, I would like to see, of course, a bull run for the altcoins still, some higher prices. But if this doesn't happen, well, it's not necessarily, guys. Let us not just be stick, of course, in the trends. And because, of course, guys, I mean, basically, that is always, with every altcoin that we analyze, that is always a bearish scenario on the daily, I'm talking here. And what if it unfolds a bearish rather than being, of course, bullish, right? In an alt season, for example, because always there is a bearish scenario possibility. Gypsy Virgin, have you ever looked at IOTA or IOTA? We can put this and we can take a look. Here we go. Yep. So this is what I'm looking for still for Bitcoin and the altcoins. So basically, let's watch here. I think when we start to drop down, definitely we're gonna see what's gonna happen. But I'm expecting the altcoins, of course, to move for higher. But if this doesn't happen, it's not necessarily, guys. As I mentioned, every altcoin has a bearish scenario in the opposite side. And if Bitcoin, let's say, moves higher again, there is a scenario. What if the altcoins unfold for higher, and Bitcoin, of course, is not gonna drop down, right? So we're gonna see probably Bitcoin finishing here, ending diagonal, after having, of course, potential an A, B, and a C, a longer wave C, meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 in an expanding flat still, of course, as an ABC, and then dropping down. Yeah, this is one possibility. The second possibility, and by the way, the previous alt season has the same pattern for Bitcoin. When the altcoins were very bullish, Bitcoin was finishing ending diagonal. Yeah, so you can go back and compare it and see it exactly what happened at that time. Another possibility here is that we might have, in case we see a alt season or bull run for the altcoins, we might see a different scenario, but probably this might happen after having one more low, yeah, where we might see, of course, a pump again for Bitcoin in a wave 5 in a big ending diagonal for a wave 5, meaning finishing the bull run over there. So these are the possibilities, guys. Knowing that I told you, like, here we are very bearish currently on the micro level, and we might, of course, start even the big scenario on the macro level, which is a 1, 2. But what if it transformed to ABC and then move up, right? So, and the alt season start was it? So very interesting, right? Very interesting. We have the scenarios. This is, I would say, the scenario for the alt season in case it unfolds toward the upside and the Bitcoin dominance starts to drop massively down. Yep. So this is what I'm expecting, basically. Can be, of course, from here, but very low possibility. Highest possibility is this one in case we're gonna see, of course, higher prices. Why I'm still expecting even one more low? Because most of the altcoins still have the same one more low to launch, of course, kind of like an alt season. Yep, so we're gonna see, guys, what's gonna happen. But yeah, these are basically the insights regarding Bitcoin dominance and Bitcoin, how it might react also in case we see, of course, an alt season. So let's start also with the timing here. We forgot the timing, so I think we started here at 12 minutes. Here we go. And let's see Ethereum, which is next at 19 minute 20. Here we go. All right, so for Ethereum, there you go. All right, Ethereum, well, we are in those two scenarios, right? Two possibilities here. Now both are bullish, but there is one that it might start bullish from here, and then there is another one with one more drop, as I mentioned just a few minutes ago, for all season. One more drop and moving up in confluence with Bitcoin, right? With this one ABC, and then it moves up with ending diagonal. So this is what I'm expecting right now. How that the macro level of the crypto market, that it might be in confluence altogether. And so this is what I'm trying to do, and this is what we're gonna try to do this live stream, and to see where there is a confluence between Bitcoin and the altcoins in case they move toward the upside. So I'm still looking for this one more drop for Ethereum to meet the requirement here, the minimum requirement for wave 2, meaning in case we are in a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, wave 1, you are looking at ABC wave 2. And from there, we might be very bullish again in double 1, 2, 1, 2, and then another 1, 2, and we push, of course, higher for an all season. This might be a very explosive wave 3 towards the upside. Expect, of course, Ethereum to be the highest performer, of course, in the altcoins. This has changed. Yeah. Before I didn't mention Ethereum, but now I see a lot of changes in Ethereum, and it might be the highest performer. Okay. Now the other possibility for Ethereum is, because I see a lot of strengths here, knowing that of course this is corrective, but still this a lot of strengths. Why? Because an ABC, the wave C, has to be aggressive, right? Because the ABC expanding flat is a greed signal and then turning into fear. But we don't really see this. We don't see really so much fear. We see simply hesitation here. And we see confidence again that it might, of course, unfold toward the upside. Why? Because it takes so much time. The time is a very essential, I would say, content here or element to, of course, tell us that the things are taking time and it is very slow, and the market doesn't really care to take the low. Because don't forget that when you pay in time, you don't have to pay in price. And if this turns into a running flat, we might see, of course, direct reversal toward the upside. And this is a massive wave 3 for a 1, 2 here, that it might extend a wave 5. Meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 to finish a wave 3. By all means, you got a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Very interesting, right? And still you have 1, 2, 3 here, and this is wave 4. All of this is an extended wave 5. So these are the possibilities for Ethereum here. Therefore, if we don't see the low taken here, and maybe you simply take the low and you move up, okay? If that happens, you still have to consider this is a 1, 2 here, because you need the minimum requirement, 3,875 for Ethereum, to start to call all of this as a 1, 2. If the price doesn't reach this level, we have to consider this is a 1, 2, even if you take the low here without reaching the minimum requirement somewhere here. We have to consider this 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, of course, extended wave 5. Yep, so these are the possibilities for Ethereum. Very interesting for Ethereum. I'm expecting really a massive bullish scenario in both case scenarios, by the way, because this is going to be extended in case you are bullish from here, and in case you are in double 1, 2, well, a massive wave 3 is going to be shown as well in both cases. Improper fractal, ILV, and TAUSDT are my moves today? Okay. Okay. Do you want to have a special request, buddy? Which one? Just choose one, and of course we can take a look at it if you want. All right. So yep. So these are the possibilities here for Ethereum. Okay. For if you want to dive a little bit deeper here, 15-minute chart. Well, yes. I mean, this is also the same as Bitcoin. Yeah, we see, of course, a wave 1, 2, 3. This is your wave 4. Probably here you're finishing somehow your wave 5. It can be, of course, finishing kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Weekend range, but still finishing this wave 5 very slowly. It can turn, of course, into something corrective. Be careful, and then moving for higher again. I think this might be even finished over there for Ethereum. Great. Let's see Solana at 25-minute 40. So let's go to my list here. Is better. So Solana. Here we go. All right. So for Solana, now if we dive a little bit first in the all-time history for Solana, just a quick overview to recap what are the possibilities for Solana to be very bullish, because there is a possibility, of course, to be very bullish again, or to be a little bit bullish and then moving down, right? Because we have here a potential impulse, correction impulse, meaning you are potentially here in 1, 2, 1, 2 again, and then you need to move for higher. Now, the wave 2 is an impulse here. And this looks kind of like so far ABC, right? This one, A, B, and a C. And we need, of course, these 3 waves to move for higher. We didn't took the 1-to-1 fib level. The question mark, what is going to be the reaction when we reach it? Is it going to be dropping downward to get those 3 waves? Well, I doubt it, in case, of course, that we see some alt season. I think at least we might see an expanding flat wave B. And that means A, B, and a C, because even when you get a wave B here, the wave C is going to bring you back to the same area that you might reach when you are, of course, in ABC zigzag. Okay? So probably can be, of course, A, B, and a C. However, if the things are much more bullish than this, where we gonna, of course, exceed or overshoot the wave B as fib levels, that is very bullish. Meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 continuation toward the upside, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 extension here. And that means your wave 4 is going to there as an A, B, and a C here expanding flat. Wave 5 extends up there. And that, of course, will make it a very extended wave 5 or impulse. And then we start to look again to the same scenarios that we are looking here. But, of course, the correction is going to be much, much higher than this at that time. So this should, of course, give us evidence that it is happening and that a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is not finished there and it is simply extending. Evidence is to break, of course, the wave B as an expanding flat. This might be the evidence once we see this happening, if it happens. Therefore, directly we call a wave 5. Gael, hello, nice to see you. BGB possible, thanks. Yes, sure. BGB is one of the main lists. Here we go. All right. Dubai Fitness, hello. Please, algorithm. I think leave it moves to something else. Okay, so by the way, this should be there. And ALGO. All right. Yep. So on the 1 hour chart for Solana, what do we have? Here we go. On the 2-hour chart, let's take it to see all the pattern here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, wave 1 or a wave A, and you have, of course, a correction in a wave 2 or a wave B. So can be a wave 1, 2. Now what we saw in Solana is a very lot of strength and power here. We saw a diagonal. Now normally, if this is a leading diagonal, it means Solana is gathering all the energy for a massive bullish scenario in a wave 1. You require a wave 2 with minimum retracement 0.38. I'm gonna even put this in a linear fib level. Here we go. In Confluence, you can see that the target of a wave C expanding flat here is perfectly matching, right? So meaning the wave 2 here as an expanding flat, this one, after you top here for wave 1, you might be in an A, B, and you're looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, wave C. Therefore, I'm still looking for lower for Solana in case, of course, we are here in a massive wave 3, unless the same as Ethereum, this is gonna transform to a lot of confidence and power, finishing 5 ways, meaning dropping down a little bit more, but finishing 5 ways, failing to take the low here of a wave A. Meaning, simply, of course, running flat and reversal toward the upside, turning all these waves that you are looking at right now at 1112s. And this is even, of course, very bullish. So, in both case scenarios here, if Solana is gonna explode from there, in both case scenarios, you have 1112s, at least. This is a minimum bullish scenario that we might have for the altcoins, for Solana. Yep. Hope you are feeling better now, bro. Yes, much, much better, of course. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, it was horrible 2 weeks when I was sick. A little bit much better, of course. Yep, so these are the possibilities for Solana. I don't see any bearish scenario. It's simply corrective. However, if we don't reach this blue zone and we keep it as a wave 2 very short, meaning without taking this low, okay, expect 1, 2, and of course in 1112 we move for higher. Yep, so this is regarding Solana. Let's see Injective, which is at 32.35. So for Injective, we have, what is it? I'm searching the list. Solana, Injective, here we go. Now, basically, Solana is second rank in highest performer, okay? Third is coming Injective, and that's why I put it, of course, by ranking here in the list. Injective also showing the same power, same strength, same ABC expanding flat, failing to take the low so far, but probably one more low can simply take the low and then start to move toward the upside, ignoring, of course, this blue box. In, of course, 1112, where you have, of course, 1, 2, another one, ABC, wave 2, and then massive explosion, wave 3. No bearish scenario for Solana, no. No bearish scenario like really bearish, no. It's simply corrective. The bearish scenario is, okay, you finish ABC and you drop down, but the current price action actually, it shows even much higher strength and much more bullish sentiments. So therefore, you cannot be bearish. And when we say bearish, I'm saying like on the daily, you're gonna drop down. But it is corrective right now. Simply corrective. Yep. So the same as for here, meaning if you turn here ABC, right? This scenario, the wave C, you would like to see an impulse downward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a bearish. Do we have it? Wave 2 took the high. You cannot consider impulse. Therefore, I cannot say bearish. It is simply corrective. It might ends up somewhere here and we move towards the upside. The same for Solana. Same for Ethereum as well. So, yeah, these are the possibilities, guys. For injective, now you have 1, 2, 3. Currently, you hit the blue box as we can see here in a wave 4, right? And you move down, but of course you're moving down here in zigzag. If you have realized, you have here a wave 1, sorry, from there 1 as a zigzag, wave 2, another zigzag for wave 3, wave 4, and another zigzag for wave 5, meaning one more drop for injective, the same as for Bitcoin, same as for Solana and Ethereum, right? So we still need this one more drop. Yep, that is regarding injectives. This is my highest possibility here, whether we move for higher in a WXNY. Don't forget that this can probably be 1, 2, but I doubt it because look what we have here in between. It's a signal that you are in an ABC here, 3 waves toward the upside, okay? You already got the correction in between in a very, very decisive signal. And that means, of course, nothing is impulsive here toward the upside. You cannot count 1, 2, and 1, 2 again, 3, 4, 5. It is simply A, B, and a C. A, B, and a C. This even did not play. It played it directly a very fast ABC and moving simply downward. And it might be here a zigzag. And what I'm saying, ignore the blue box because this zigzag might be a 1-to-1 fib level here. So let's say you have the 1-to-1 fib level. You might have a zigzag here at $12 around it as well. Simply taking the low. Probably simply taking the low. Even if you fail to take this low, which is the gray dashed line, that means, of course, truncated signal of power and strength moving toward the upside. Okay, and it might happen because this is looking really kind of like so much corrective. Okay, so that's it for injective. Most of them right now still looking for lower. Let's check SUI. All right, so for SUI, where is SUI? Here we go. Of course, the daily, we all know the daily from the videos. Of course, no need really to dive deeper in it. I always explain it in almost each 2 videos. That is, one video includes the dailies. So you have 1, 2, 1, 2, and wave 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 towards the upside. Or you are in ABC here, zigzag, and you're looking here for a finished wave B after a wave A, B, and a C. So you are requiring here to have, of course, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Well, what is that? Improper, but I don't understand what do you mean with it. But TA has serious shitcoin potential. I don't know what you mean. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 leading diagonal, of course, in a potential wave 5 might unfold towards the upside. Bearish, to be bearish here, you have A, B, C. Potentially, you would like to see a 3 waves finished, can be finished here, and you drop down, of course, impulsively. Now, are we impulsive here? If we dive on the 2 hours chart to get some answer, yes, you can be impulsive. But basically, if you dive really deeper inside this wave here, let me show you something. So you can see that you have here double 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, and a 5, A, B, and a C expanding flat as a wave B. And here you have potentially 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Okay, it can be a wave 4 and a 5. Again, of course, as an impulse, wave 1. But still, of course, I doubt it. Why? Because if you take the 1-to-1 fib level here, you don't see even a 1-to-1 fib level taken. All right, that means if you are impulsive here, you would like to see, let's say this is an extended wave 1, you want to see wave 3, 4, and a 5 at least, even with an extended wave 1. So you did not reach the 1-to-1 fib level even after wave 5, so therefore corrective. Yes, goodbye, but improper fractal, whatever. So A, B, and a C potentially can still be unfolding towards the downside, where you might have here a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So in a wave C, of course. So in this case scenario, you might have, of course, a potential one more low. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Yep, so these are the possibility for SUI. We might still, of course, drop a little bit lower here. All right. So on the 2-hour chart, we can see our labeling here. We have an ABC downward. We're still looking, of course, for the 1-to-1 fib level taken from the A to the B to the C, and I'm expecting, of course, this wave 5 to take the 1-to-1 fib level there. In confluence, you can have also the wave 2 here, because don't forget that you are in a wave 1, 2. The wave 2 is 1, 2, ABC. You move up in double 1, 2. So guys, the things are start to getting very, very clearer for us. For most of the altcoins, we see, of course, the big double 1, 2, right? And we still see all of them that they are still in a wave 2 here, and potentially one more leg separates us from the bull run. This is my point of view. The same what I see for Bitcoin in an ABC potentially, rather than being very, very bearish. It can turn, of course, in an ABC and moving, of course, in an ending diagonal for a wave 5. And this might be a confluence for both Bitcoin and the altcoins as well. Great, so that's it for SUI here. Let's see render at 42 minutes. So for render, here we go. So for render, we have here potentially double 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, ABC, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 again, and having another ABC. Probably you might have, of course, here an ending diagonal wave 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, wave 3, or an ABC in a wave A, B, and a C towards the upside, unfolding, of course, for higher. And after this, you might see, of course, if in case we are in bearish here, let's say we still not convinced that we are, of course, moving for higher, and we have kind of like a triangle here as a wave B, meaning A, B, and a C, well, can be, of course, your bearish scenario. But I don't see this yet. I see a 1, 2, and another 1, 2 here unfolding for render, and of course, a wave 3 is coming soon. Now, of course, other altcoins shows a little bit much more power than render. I don't know why render got a little bit smaller 1, 2 here, which I don't really like it, but still fine. It can be your wave 1, 2 of a wave 3 unfolding here, and then 4 and a 5, okay, which is a part of the wave 3. That's the thing. Yep. So we're gonna see. Great. So let's move inside it on the 2 hours chart here. For the 2 hours chart for render, we are looking at this triangle as I mentioned, but I doubt it because triangles, yeah, I mean, it needs kind of like zigzags, right? So, and this can be a zigzag here, but I doubt it, guys. Much more likely 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as a wave 1 here. And you got a wave 2 now. What also support the evidence here as a triangle is taking the 886, which I don't like it, yes. Yep, so the possibilities for render are a little bit shaky here, I would say. 50-50, but I believe, of course, it's going to influence sooner or later by the altcoins and moving toward the upside. I doubt that the triangle is going to unfold here, especially that we start to see some strengths here. Definitely, we are very corrective, okay? You are in a 1-2 here, wave 3, 4, and a 5. Finished wave 1, you have an A, B, and a C. The wave C is an ending diagonal. One more leg still required to finish, of course, this ending diagonal in the blue box and in confluence with the 1-to-1 fib level, $3. Yep. Adroy asking for whiff. Okay, so we're gonna do whiff. And CRV, okay, we're gonna put also CRV. Great. Yep, so that was it for render. Let's see FET as well. So so for FET on the daily, where you have a potential 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, toward the upside, wave 5 might still moving for higher, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Impulsive can be, or of course zigzag, because here you might be also in a zigzag A, B, and a C. Your wave C is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So can be, of course, leading diagonal. Minimum target, of course, taking the high here, the all-time high at $5.7 for FET. And then, of course, another possibility can be 3 waves up, zigzag, finished wave A, wave B. You're looking for wave C toward the upside in a big A, B, and a C. Another possibility is a double 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 for higher prices again, of course. If we are bearish, meaning you're not convinced here that you're done with the correction, and you're still looking here after a potential triangle, you're still looking for a drop for a wave C. Very low possibility, and that because, of course, it is much more clearer that you are here in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as a wave 1 here. Wave 1, 2, and potentially can be another here, a wave 1, and you are in A, B, and a C for a wave 2. Can be a W, X, and a Y. Yes, can be possible. Yeah. Meaning this can be finished kind of like a 3 waves downward, and you can finish here your diagonal simply with one more leg downward, taking the low, and that will finish it as ABC in a wave Y, wave 2, and then you finish here kind of 3 waves, right? Yep. Unless, of course, you are here in a wave 4, like 1, 2, 3, 4, very shallow, and wave 5. So the same scenario, right? Like, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. 1, 2, 3, this low, and this is your very shallow wave 4, but I doubt it. I see this wave 4 as kind of like finishing this diagonal and not this one, okay? Because you have 2 diagonals here potentially. I would prefer to see, of course, higher wave 4 for this diagonal, which is higher in this blue box, but it did not happen. You didn't took even the 0.23, giving higher possibility that you are here in this diagonal finished wave 5. That means very likely that you finish in W, X, and a Y. Yep. That is regarding FET. Yes, guys. So one more low also very, very required here for FET. Let's see virtuals. Virtuals and here we go. All right, so for virtuals, let's just take a review on the daily as well before we move in the 2 hours, 4 hours chart. So on the daily or all-time history, we can see 1, 2, 3, potentially impulse here unfolding toward the upside. can be a finished wave 4 in W, X, and a Y, and then you move impulsively again in a 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5. You would like to see continuation for this wave 5 after a very long wave 2 here, and then seeing wave 3 unfolding 4 and a 5 to finish at the, of course, this blue box between the 0.618 1-to-1 fib level taken from the 1 and based on the wave 3 to give us, of course, exactly this area. So $17 or $11 can be, of course, a very high possibility here for virtuals. So we're gonna see, yep, very likely. We're gonna see, of course, what's going on in the wave 2 on the 2-hour chart, and we're gonna see exactly here a potential, yes, W, X, and a Y can be finished, of course, in a wave 2, and you start to move for higher. We're gonna dive deeper, of course, in the micros if that is the case scenario. But before doing this, what if we have A, B, and a wave C downward? Wave C is your ending diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 after hitting perfectly the blue box. For a wave 4 taken from, of course, the wave 2 as a retracement, we can see, of course, the wave 5 might start to unfold here downward and might project us exactly, of course, in the blue box in confluence 1-to-1 fib level and the 0.5 and 0.618. Yep. So we're gonna see how it's gonna be. So internally, on the 1-hour chart, the micro level, you can see that you have 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's say even wave 1 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say leading diagonal, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4. What is your wave 5? Therefore, A, B, and a C finished wave 4. We move impulsively in 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, wave 1, and wave 2, and another 1, 2, and we drop down. Okay. So that it regarding virtuals. Still looking also for one more low. First the MD. That is a hard nickname. Okay, Ronnie. Here's Ronnie. Hello, buddy. Please add BNB. Yes, sure, buddy. BNB. Here we go. What do we have? TG. Hi, KG. Too late for the live stream. No worries, buddy. We'll watch it later today. Thanks for your work, man. You're very welcome, buddy. No worries. Of course, I'm gonna copy paste the list and you can find any coin there in the live stream later on as well. So for XRP as well, for yes, XRP is already in the main list. Here we go, buddy. It's already in the main list, coming soon. So for SPX 6900, let's see also the daily here, the all-time history. Let's go for my list, SPX. Here we go, this one. Yep. All right, so for the daily for SPX, also very nice chart. Still, of course, very bullish on the all-time history, where you started already with massive move upward, where you have 1, 2 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. The wave 5 is not finished yet, and you might have a 1, 2, 3 here, and you're working on the wave 4, and then still looking for higher in a wave 5 very soon, I would say. If we dive inside it on the wave 4, like for this wave 4 to see what's going on in it, so we can see that this wave 4, after having here a potential 1, 2, and then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for your wave 3, another correction wave 4, and a wave 5 as a single impulse to finish this move here for a wave 3. Currently, you're working on a very deep zigzag, ABC extended. The wave C here is even, despite that it is extended, it is in diagonal potentially. That it is unfolding here. Sorry, this is for the bearish, but I don't think so, because on the daily we're much more bullish. So no need for it. I think that here we are in a kind of like this ending diagonal, straightforward downside, and then you see 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. One more leg is still very, very required here for SPX between this blue box, which are the perfect fib levels for a wave 4. I think the way the 0.5 is gonna be taken, or psychological number exactly $1. $1 exactly, and then pushing very, very high. Yep. This is regarding SPX, and the target for SPX, of course, for this wave 5 in the orange, which it might be your wave 3 in the yellow, still the same because this is taken based on the wave 1 and the wave 3 here in the top. You have 3.63, $3. Very psychological as well. $3. Wave 5. Great. Cyprian, hello buddy. Hello KG. If you have more time, take a look at Atom. Thank you for the live stream. You're very welcome, Cyprian. So, of course, we're gonna take a look at Atom. We'll see it. Since we are moving good today. So for XRP at a 50, so sorry, we forgot here, I think 51, and now it is 55. Okay, let's see XRP. That was regarding SPX. Let me just arrange everything first. Okay, XRP. So for the all-time history for XRP, it has been a very long time we didn't do anything for XRP. So it would be a little bit here an opportunity to just a quick overview. We are in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave A or wave 1 finished. A very long typical XRP correction, right? W, X, and a Y in, of course, A, B, C, D, E triangle to finish wave V or wave 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, right? Followed because you need anyway a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a wave 1, 2 here, 3, 4, 5 continuation, or A, B, and a C, right? So basically, this is your wave 1 has to be finished, of course, around the $3.6, which it has been already hit. The blue box has been hit. However, it has been hit in 3 waves up, meaning 1, 2, 3. Now, currently, are we getting invalidation? Let's move inside it. On the 4 hours chart here, where you might have, of course, a correction in a wave 3. Let me check which one is this one or this one. Yes. So currently, you might have, we had, of course, a potential diagonal here unfolding. And still, of course, there, opening for it. Why? Because this is your invalidation of bullish. And that means, if you take this price here, 2.65, if we touch it, you invalidate a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 as an impulse, but you open, of course, the possibility for a diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, knowing that the wave 3 is very longer than the wave 1, which I don't like it. So preferably for XRP, preferably to not take the invalidation. Unless this, all of it, is going to be like 3 waves down, 3 waves up, which is, of course, expanding flat currently. And you're having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again, ending diagonal in a wave C, turning into running flat, finishing in the middle of it, right? In the middle, weakness to move down, and signal of strength, moving simply up. And that means your wave 4 has ended up there. A, B, C running flat, and you start to create a new impulse towards the upside. That is very bullish. This is the first possibility. The second possibility, of course, where you might still, of course, looking for something like ABC here, A, B, and a C, because you are in a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Despite that, if you touch this invalidation, you might ignore it here. Why? Because this, of course, might reach this wave 4, but you might ignore it. Why? Because you are still working on this 1, 2, 3, wave 4. Even if it takes this invalidation, it cannot be counted. You still can get a wave 5 in a wave 3, because this is your wave 3 right now, having 1, 2, meaning later on 4 and a 5, even for higher. So I'm expecting even higher than $4 or $5 for XRP probability. Yep. So very bullish, of course. Now internally, of course, still very corrective, still suffering with this ending diagonal, potentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see perfectly the blue box in 3 waves corrective, and we drop down. Okay, we still need this one more leg, which every coin, altcoin, including Bitcoin right now, needs this one more low. Yep, so this is regarding XRP. Let's take a look at Tau at 1 hour exactly. That's nice. We finished the main list on time. So, Tau. For Tau, we are impulsive 1, and wave 2 might be unfolding here as an A, B, and a C. The wave C is still the same ending diagonal. However, again, we didn't reach the perfect target for a wave 4 here. Now it can be, of course, 0.23 hit, and it can be, of course, a sharp diagonal or aggressive, meaning a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 can be. Or you have to consider this is a W, X, and a Y, meaning the diagonal is only there. For a wave C in an ABC, A, B, and a C, this is only a wave C as 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, finishing wave Y here, lower. And that means 3 ways down A, 3 ways up B, 3 ways down C in a wave Y. W, X, and a Y. Finishing wave 2 here, and then moving simply for higher. So yeah, possibility here higher is for this diagonal that it might be unfolding somehow like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Blue box. Probabilities for 1-to-1 Fib still can be possible even with this diagonal. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Yeah, still shorter than the wave 3. Great. So that it regarding Tau. Still looking for a little bit lower before the explosion. JASMY. Let's see JASMY at 1 hour, 2 minutes here. Okay. So, JASMY. All right. So for JASMY, well, on the daily first, if we move a little bit here before the daily. Okay. Now, what I don't like in JASMY is that you start, of course, from the top and you incline very bearish, and then, of course, in three waves. But the good thing is that you got a kind of like a signal of bullish again, which is an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. However, the drop after it was a very, very massive one, which it can be even an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or it can be a very complex structure in W, X, Y, X, and a Z because it has a lot of zigzags in it. So you have a zigzag here, X, another zigzag here for wave Y, another X, another zigzag for wave Z. So it's hard a little bit even to count it as 1, 2, 1, 2 because you have another 1, 2 here, and your wave 3 might be here, but where are your 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5? Yeah, so that's why. Okay, it doesn't work perfectly as an impulse. So basically, it might be very corrective. Now, probably can be, of course, here something as a triangle, A, B, C, D, E. So you gotta be careful with it as well. Okay, I start to see, of course, a triangle here potentially, or it is a wave 1 as we are expecting here in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. However, I don't like it because it looks like a little bit expanding. Wave 4 might be longer than wave 2. Yep. Or you have to consider it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, wave 1. A, B, C, 3 ways down, 3 ways up, 3 ways down again, W, X, and a Y. So you might still be here definitely corrective. And I think that we are corrective, unless, of course, we see a massive drop. So even if you see this, you might turn here into kind of like ABC, still can be valid. However, the time here is going so far for a massive drop. We are ranging so much in time, so I believe, of course, we might not see really massive drops. It might be a little bit lower and then start the move towards the upside. I'm looking here for much higher possibility as WXNOI because it starts much higher possibility in an expanding flat over there, A, B, and a C. So your wave one preferably there, this scenario, rather than being in diagonal. And I'm gonna remove this because I'm more convinced with this one. So W, X, and a Y for a wave 2. Then 3, 4, 5 to unfold for higher. Okay, so I'm still looking for this potential scenario. Now, it can be, of course, that JASMY wants to take the low. Can be a possibility as well. So don't forget the 1-to-1. Sorry, can be, of course, expanding flat here. This is higher. And yeah, where you might get, of course, a confluence here with the blue zone in an expanding flat 1.618, 1.38, meaning A, B, and a C. But yeah, do we see it? A wave C like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? That's why I'm requesting a very massive drop here. If you are in 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, okay, it should be massive. But currently, I see simply sideways, which wave C might ends up, of course, in a 5 waves. Can be, of course, failing to take the low, turning into strengths, and then, of course, moving towards the upside. Yeah, and that because of the time again. Yeah, so we took a lot of time and also showing greed again, taking new highs during a correction. So things are showing strengths, guys. Yep, so that's it regarding JASMY. Let's see ONDO at 1 hour, 6 minutes. Right, ONDO. Okay, let's dive into the all-time history first. So for the all-time history, we can see clearly an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 1 or wave A, ABC, wave 2. And then, of course, we have a potential another 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5 as an impulse. But higher possibility here is an A, B, and a C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ending diagonal. So as bullish, you can be in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I don't really see it as an impulse. I see it much more as 3 waves, which opens, of course, higher possibility as diagonal. Meaning you might see here another zigzag. All right. Another possibility, which is sideways here, it can be, of course, a running triangle, A, B, C, D, and a E. You're very bullish here, but only in a wave B, of course, for a wave C. Yep, so the targets for a wave 3, in case you are in a diagonal, you would like to reach at least these targets. And in case you are, of course, in a finished diagonal, at least, of course, to reach even the 1-to-1 for level 2.7. Yep. So this is regarding the daily. Now, if we move inside it, now, if we are looking here for bullish in a zigzag, you want to see in an A, B, and a C, right? So we're gonna see if this is corrective. And obviously it is already from the daily. So here, if you are corrective, you are in a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Well, definitely not finished wave 4. But definitely you're still in an impulse 1, 2, 3. It looks like a triangle here, definitely, in a wave 4. So what's going on here is a triangle is expanding in a wave 4 unless you take the invalidation. Okay, if we take invalidation here, if we take the invalidation, that means, of course, you might be in a wave B and then impulse toward the upside in A, B, and a C. But I think it will not be taken. This is a very long time and, of course, ranging sideways. start to show, of course, some strengths from here where it couldn't took the low and it moved very high. I'm still looking for higher, guys. MTE, you're welcome, buddy. Nice to see you here. And Free Mind, hi KG. I'm not here for any chart, just here to meet you. and I'm very, very happy to see you, buddy. You're very welcome. Nice to see you here. Thank you, man. Thank you for the support and for your kind motivations. It means a lot. Thank you, bro. So that's it regarding ONDO. I'm still looking, of course, for higher. I think this is your triangle wave 4, and you might see, of course, something impulsive. All right, BONK. Let's see, BONK at 1 hour 09 or 010. Yep. Okay. Sorry, hydrating a little bit. So BONK. All right. So for BONK, let's go all-time history a little bit just to refresh the mind. All right. Yep. So we are in a potential impulse 1, 2, 3, wave 4, of course ABC, and then you're looking here for double 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 to finish a wave 5 here. Very likely also that it can be diagonal, can be, let me check. Well, wave 3 very longer than wave 1. I don't really like it. Yeah, so basically I prefer double 1-2s here. Okay, double 1-2s is much more likely to have as 1-2-1-2 and then 3-4-5-4-5. Unless, of course, you might have a running triangle here, an A, B, C, D, and an E, but very weird one, which I doubt it. Like an A, B, C, D, and an E, but still can be possible. But this wave B is very long in time, which I don't like it. Which means W, X, and Y. W, X, and a Y. Where is the wave Y? Yeah, then the wave Y can be, no. Much more likely triangle here. Yep. Even W, X, and a Y doesn't really work unless you get one more low. Yeah, like your wave Y is somehow like this. So that means like W, X, and a Y. But if you match the wave Y with the W, it doesn't really looks nice. Okay, so basically triangle working much better here. Or of course several 1-2s, double 1-2s, and you move very high toward the upside. Now if you move inside it on the 2 and 4 hour chart here, so let's check those double 1-2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, wave 1 or a wave A, B, C, wave 2 or a wave B. Another impulse very nicely unfolding. You're still very corrective. If we were in ABC here, by the way, meaning you're very, you should be very bearish. But currently, I mean, this can be a wave A here and wave B and a wave C unfolding still for lower. Because I see already a 1, 2, 3 wave 4 finished and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ending diagonal finished. And I see a very fast wave B, which is a blitz here. And this is what sometimes zigzag shows. And you might get a very short wave C in this case because this was very fast. I saw this many times, and this might happen, guys. Like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ending diagonal for a wave C short, finishing exactly in the blue box for a wave 2. Yep. Solitarius, really? Am I 3000? I never checked this, guys. Honestly, I didn't check it. Really? Am I? Let me see. I'm opening the. Let me check. Oh, wow, yeah, 3,000. Wow. um, it has been, 3,001 subscriber. That's really cool. Thank you guys. Thank you for subscribing. And honestly, it has been a while. I didn't check even so much, and I think you already see how much I'm busy right now. And by the way, I have also maybe a bad news for you as well. I hope that you don't get sad, but next Saturday I will be in a trip again. And yeah, it just because I need it a little bit. I feel a little bit depressed, guys, and of course, I mean, I need a little bit some time for myself. And of course, I'm gonna try my best to keep you updated, but I doubt it. But only on Discord, I will be available every day. So if you would like also to have like some updates during the day and so on, you can join, of course, the Discord. But I doubt it that I'm gonna be able to do some videos. But I'm gonna try my best, of course, if it was possible. It's gonna be for a week also, just to let you know, guys. Yep. I hope that this doesn't make you sad, but I'm gonna try also my best to maybe upload at least Bitcoin with some altcoins, yeah, as I did in the last time in the trip. But sometimes some days it was like hard for me to update. I remember. Thank you, Solitarius, and thank you guys. Um, Ronnie Coons is pretty good. Okay, I think this is an advertising. So basically, we are in 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 here in BONK, and we are in this potential ABC, wave C, of course, short. So wave C is short in a wave 2 in a blue box, and we move toward the upside. This is what I see for BONK as well. Let's see Litecoin for LTC at 1 hour 16 minute. All right. LTC USD. So wave 3, wave 4, and a 5. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 3, and we have here wave 5, wave 4. Yes. Did we took the low? Yes. Very okay. So it's a WX and a Y definitely here, where you have a WX and a Y. Wave 4, we might have here a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 toward the upside. Now currently, I think this is an old target and it has been hit already. Let's check the wave 5 in the blue here for Litecoin. This is your next target. Let me snap it. Yeah. Wave 5 over 1. Okay, here we go. 156, 147. Yep. For a wave 5 in a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Very interesting. Nice for Litecoin. Still looking for higher. I think this wave 4 is done. It can be, of course, looking for lower. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I think it's ready to move for higher. Because internally on the 1 hour chart here, if you take a look, where is it? Here. Sorry. Here. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 leading diagonal. Here we go. Somehow, LTC is ready to move for higher. Wave 2, you see another impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wave 2, another impulse getting ready here. Very interesting. Finally, we see someone decoupling a little bit from the same scenarios, right? Great. Let's see this one, IOTA. I hope that it's a good one, because if it is not, we don't analyze these things. Okay, crypto. Okay, we did this before. Yeah, it's very sideways, very sideways. So it's not really good. I already analyzed this before, obviously, that you might be in a triangle A, B, C, D, E, finishing upward, you move downward. Be careful. You might be in A, and then you have A, B, C, you have 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5 towards the upside. And this is very, very sideways, guys. So I don't like it at all. And it doesn't look really nice chart yeah, for this one. Yep. Solitarius, what matters to me is some update on the time frame for 1 day and above. The rest is up to you, because it is a lot of work. I always do not understand how you can bear all this pressure. Well, yeah, since I took a decision to do this as my own job, like my own job, because basically of course, I was focusing on architecture before, but somehow I got really kind of like somehow tired of it, architecture as well. I love it, of course, I love it, and I worked a lot in it, and it is a really good job. But somehow I got really tired of it, because it needs also a lot of energy, a lot of pressure, and also like you have to keep also somehow in front of the PC the most of the time. You have to learn a lot of softwares the whole the time, yeah, like AutoCAD, 3D, and BIM, like so it's too much, yeah. So, and I'm of course almost like coming closer to the 40s. So I thought that, okay, I need something much more less, a little bit work. So if you think it is too much, I was even working harder, buddy. I'm focusing right now on trading, and from YouTube, I get nothing. Yes, that's true. As revenue or something, it's nothing. It's zero, guys, almost. But what I do here is I'm trying, of course, to build a community, a nice community for us. And of course, the second thing is to spread education as well, reduce catastrophes again from trading. And of course, the most important thing is, of course, to understand the price action for me and for you guys. Because this, of course, the channels, when I analyze the things daily, and when I take it seriously and in responsibility, I keep myself so much in the market, like influence in the market, and know what is going on and so on. So this makes me, of course, much more successful in trading, honestly. Yep. So that's why, of course, I do it, guys. So yep. But of course, I mean, it would be nice to see the community grows. It would be nice also to see the channels growing, and of course, some motivations from your sides is very, very important, because it feels like sometimes I feel down, because of course some I mean, the market is of course a very sensitive subject, yeah, and it has already two sides all the time. And mostly when you make a video against one side or something, or they take it like that, I'm not against any sides. Most of the time I always put the bullish and the bearish, and I give highest possibility. But yeah, I mean, it might be very, very demotivating sometimes if you read some comments and so on. Maybe, of course, I try to ignore it most of the times, but sometimes it feels like, okay, why I'm doing this? you start to ask yourself. But then I remember that, okay, I'm doing this also for education, and there are many of people who appreciate this, like you guys. Yep. So these are the things. But to say, okay, from YouTube that I get something really precious from it, honestly, as revenue or income, that it cover my hours that I do, no, definitely not. It's only understanding the market. Yeah, this is my revenue. Because understanding the market and of course doing your trades. Yep. So these are the things. Um, we like the content. It's hard to go mainstream. Making good content. Moon Carl and other scammers appeal to the. Okay, I don't know who's Moon Carl, but by saying the name, it's already obvious it might be a Moon Boy. But yeah, I don't know, buddy. But I never watch any other YouTube. I don't get influenced so much now. I see normally like the thumbnails or the titles, but honestly, just to see like what they mean and what do they say and so on. But honestly, I don't really watch. I try also to sometimes to see who do Elliott wave, but basically, honestly, there are even in Elliott wave there are plenty of moon boys, and one guy which is I'm not gonna say the name, but he called for Bitcoin a very extended wave 5 here on the all-time history, and I was like, what the hell? A very extended wave 5 somehow like this. Yeah, one more like this, like moving just straight forward, and he was serious about it. Yeah, and of course you can do this by having 1 2 3 4, and a wave 5 can be 1 2 1 2 and then 3 4 5 4 5. But this is a typical moon boy. Like you cannot call this um, and especially of course that the micro level doesn't shows any potential. Yeah, so but okay, you said the name, I'm not gonna say it. Yeah, yeah, it's the first moon boy Elliott wave I see, honestly. Okay, so it's too much, right? I mean, why putting this mindset, it's yeah. And obviously, I mean, the weakness is already there. Yeah, I mean, the weakness is already shown on the daily. Yeah, so with the channeling, we couldn't break it yet. Even if you are impulsive here, and also if you are in a 1 2 and another 1 2, okay, you need to break the channel. Yeah, so you couldn't yet even break it. So and this also another 1 2. So you are in 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay, so that's very, very low possibility, guys. As the lowest one. But the problem is that he takes it very serious and that it is the focus. This is what is gonna happen. I mean, I don't know. So, I mean, you can put it as possibility, but just say the possibility is the lowest right now. I mean, you don't have the signal yet. I don't know, guys. Okay, so all right, where are we? Let's go back. BGB. Sorry, guys, we took it a lot of time chit chatting, but it's nice also to chat with you sometimes. So BGB, yes. Yeah, that's very too much. All right, so for BGB, so we have a 1 2 1 2, another 1 2, and probability here is of course showing a wave 3 over there. Therefore, of course, we have to consider triple 1 2s here potentially, and your wave 3 is unfolding as 1 2 3 4 5. So main triple 1 2s, and then wave 3 unfolding. And it can be, of course, this is your ultimate bullish scenario, of course, where you might have 4-5 towards the upside. Another possibility here is a finished wave A here, where you might have finished, of course, an A, B, and a C, where you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, wave A, wave B here, and you're looking for a wave C toward the upside. Your wave C here is a big wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, can be an ending diagonal as well, yeah, hitting again the blue box, which is the same scenario almost, or the same target for both case scenarios, yeah. Yep, so these are the very bullish scenarios for BGB. Now there is even several scenarios here that we might have in double 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, of course, which it can be very, very bullish. Or you are here in an A, okay, so 3 waves toward the upside in an A, B, and a C, which I consider it much higher possibility, W, X, and a Y. Can be, of course, a zigzag here. This is a bearish scenario here, by the way, where you have W, X, and a Y, and you want to move impulsively. Did we? No, it is corrective. That means, of course, very low possibility. Highest possibility is a 1, 2, 3 at least here, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, still unfolding again, blue box. Meaning, however we turn it here, in all possibilities, even the most bearish one to finish 3 ways here, we got, of course, a signal that we are sideways corrective, meaning, of course, there is nothing bearish there or corrective more than this, and we might start to move toward the upside sooner or later. And this correction, the time for this correction, it reflects perfectly the wave 2 here, meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And highest possibility here that you might be in this one, sorry guys, in this possibility. Triple 1, 2s here. This is a W, X, and a Y in a triangle, wave 2, and then moving 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, wave 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5 towards the upside. So BGB is looking, of course, promising for the future, I would say. Currently, we're still in this sideways, but very understandable for your wave 2 time here. As you can see, you have a very long time for a wave 2, so expect a very longer time for wave 4. Yep. So, and here we go. We're still in the blue zone, by the way. In a W, X, and a Y, probably finished wave Y in a triangle, and you start to move impulsively upward. Internally, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, finished wave 1 in the latest update that we did here. Wave 3 is short, but not shorter than the wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, very extended. It shows how much bullish it is, and how much a lot of buyers down there, guys, and starting to have from here some effect and new entries. So ABC for a wave 2 probably finished here. Another 1, 2, 1, 2, no, definitely not. Definitely you are in a W, X, and a Y. Very understandable is such a correction that it might unfold after a massive wave 1. Okay, very understandable to have this confusions in the market, okay, until it finds the price. But I believe even it is very close. W, X, and a Y, A, B, C, D, and a E probably can be even very close to move toward the upside. 15-minute chart, are we impulsive here? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, not yet. Okay, you got a double 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where is your second 4, 5? We move impulsively. Therefore, still, of course, might be a range here, a longer range for BGB can be even a longer A, B, C, D, and a E. Well, it can decide this, yes. It can do that. Okay, so you gotta be careful. You're still in the time. So always, when I mention when you want to see a bullish scenario, 5 waves up, 3 waves down, continuation towards the upside, breaking the high. You got the 5 waves up, you got a lot of waves down, but no high yet is confirmed. So, yeah. Once you take the high here, okay, this is your confirmation for bullish. All right. and it might be very, very bullish, of course. This is nothing. This is what you see here is just 1% from the trade, guys. If you think that this is too much and too late, this is exactly where you should basically like consider the entry. And this is only the 1%. What you have is 99% still of the trade. This is what normally happens most of the time. All right, let's see algo. I think is algorithm, right? All right, USD algorithm. Um, I think this one you always ask for it. Yes. I hope that you're not the same person who asked for this. I'm gonna catch you. Because this one is a very, very bad one. And I think every time you ask for it, and I say, okay, don't ask for it, guys. But maybe it's your first time. So, yeah. This one is a very bad chart. This is all-time history. You're very sideways. You have no direction. You're very lost. Okay, you're not up, you're not down. We don't know what to do here, right? So, of course, I can dive so deep as much as you want in it, but what is the point, right? So, 1 hour 35 for width. Okay, so for width, we are. Yep. So we are in a potential here, ABC toward the upside, 3 waves. You got another deep 3 waves. We hit, of course, the targets, and potentially we have our wave C here. ABC, you start your wave 1, 2, and potentially another 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 toward the upside. If we dive inside it on the 2 hours chart here, we can see, of course, that this impulse is 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, and a 5. 4 for the blue did not reach it. Yeah, so we gotta be careful. Unless we have, yeah, to consider this like ABC maybe running flat, and yeah, considering that, yeah, this is corrective. I'm gonna consider definitely that this is corrective. We couldn't reach because, of course, this high. So anyway, we were anyway calling an ABC, I believe here. So this blue box is shifting for the correction here, and probably can take the low still. Okay, can still be possibility for the low. You are in an A, B, and a C here. Because I don't like it here that you have 3, 4. Anyway, also I don't see. Okay, from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not invalidated. Okay, but yeah, I believe that you didn't finish really the counting here in the top. So, and it looks corrective, honestly. So I'm gonna consider this as a wave C here, this as a wave B, this as a wave 2. Can be finished, can be a W, X, and a Y. Also, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because you can count this also as a finished ending diagonal. Okay. So this doesn't change anything from what we change here. You might still be bullish anyway, but yeah, the count here I don't like it as a double 1, 2. W, X, and a Y here can be possible. Now, in a wave C, you might get one more leg downward, meaning in an A, B, and a C, or a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Okay, one more leg, meaning A, B, and a C. The wave C has to be 5 waves. Okay, taking the low. And confluence, you might have, of course, here the 1 to 1 fib level. Here we go. Yeah, that's very deep, of course. But let's watch it. Maybe it happens. Nobody knows. Yep. So that's it for width. Let's see the next one, which is CRV at 1 hour 38 or 39 minutes. Okay. Um, Free minds, thank you, buddy. Yes, we already celebrated this, and yeah, I'm very happy to see a new number for the channel. Thank you, buddy, and thank you all, guys, for your support. Um, all right, so for CRV, well, it's a nice reversal here for CRV because, of course, I was like a little bit upset of this chart moving downward. But okay, currently you see three waves up, meaning potential wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, 4, and a 5. I'm still looking here for at least, of course, something impulsive as an A, B, and a C. Now, if you are in a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, you want to see continuation toward the upside. Okay. If this doesn't happen and we break this trend line again and those lows here, okay, if we break it, that is not a good signal. Yeah, I'm gonna get upset again about this chart because it doesn't show strength, right? So what we have here is potential finished wave 1. Again, it can be double 1, 2, yes. And we might be here, of course, we already reached our blue zone. However, it took so much time, but understandable for corrections, right? This might be your ABC. We don't have anything impulsive here. And I think that this wave C can be finished, okay? Can be finished. Here we go. Unless, no, I think this is a wave 4. Yeah, I think one more low as well. One more low, ABC, to finish here over there. Okay. Yes, one more low would be preferable. Yep, and this might unfold, of course, a potential wave 3. Here we go. 4 and a 5. All right, so one more low is still very likely for CRV before we move for higher BNB. Let's see Binance, which is, of course, a good chart, actually, Binance, 41. Here we go. And where is the party? I don't know. Here we go. Let me make a party for you. There you go, buddy. A lot of parties. All right. So let's see Binance. So for Binance, we have a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So basically, we are very bullish for Binance, of course, kind of like very close to Bitcoin, Bitcoin curve here, if you remember the parabolic curve. And we have a potential here, A, B, and a C can be, of course. And you have 1, 2, 3 still unfolding, your wave 3 or your wave C, which should be impulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Inside this wave 5, where you are looking at it from there, you have a 1, 2, 3, wave 4 is a triangle, A, B, C, D, E, finishing wave E here, A, B, C, D, and a E. And then finalizing a final wave 5 to finish the wave C or the wave 3 in a wave 5 or 5. We cannot consider this as ending diagonal because you didn't reach the zone 1. This is an impulse, probably 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Let's dive inside it. Inside it, you can see, of course, after the triangle here, you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's move 4 hours. 1, 2, 1, 2, several 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 and a 5, 4 and a 5 to finish wave 3, and then a big expanding flat ABC for the main wave 4 and a 5 again. Now, I believe that even this wave 5 is not finished yet, meaning this target, yes, is hit, but not perfectly yet. Meaning we're coming back to this blue zone. This is your wave 5, which is getting extended. Definitely this is your wave 4 getting extended in a potential triangle here. And probably this is a very large W, X, and a Y. So you have 3 ways down, 3 ways up, and A, B, C, D, E. in WXNY for wave 4, and we're moving for wave 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So targets for a wave 5 to have much more precision here in the blue box. Even wave 5, you might see this in precision. Here we go. $900, very likely for Binance still. We already reached the 900, so a little bit, $909. Yep. It can be simply taking the high, because honestly, also at the same time, I see exhaustion. Okay, to be honest, I see a lot of exhaustion, and of course, it might need, of course, one more high and then dropping in a bear market. Why? Because you finished a main wave 5 here, meaning on the all-time history, you finished main wave 3, or you finished main wave C here for Binance. So be careful with it. What does it mean, bearish market? Does it mean like very, very low? No, of course not, guys. But it might be, let's say, if a wave 4 is going to unfold here for Binance, wave 4. Now, if we are logarithmic, it can be $250. Yeah, from 860 to 250, which is 60%. Or it can be very shallow, 674, meaning on the linear, you might drop down to 664, yes. But even it can be lower, of course, for a wave B, because I think when the things start to be very, very logarithmic, it's when it comes to a correction, it's better to remove the logarithmic fib here as level. But it depends, of course, if you have really strong impulse and you pass all the linear fib levels, and you see that, okay, it's not stopping, then okay, you have to come back to the logarithmic. Okay, so once you pass the linear in a correction, okay, come back to the logarithmic and have the 0.23, for example. And this might be a wave 4 and a 5. Okay, so meaning 1, 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. Still very, very likely, guys. Yep, so these are the things. Right, so random card break. Sorry, buddy, we are at the end of the live stream and we are already 2 hours analyzing. Yep, so we're gonna see, of course, we can see this next time, of course. 1 hour 48 minute Atom USD. Okay, not a good one, guys. Okay, not a good one at all, and is not impulsive even. You don't have an impulse here interfering, and also it looks 3 ways: corrective, W, X, and a Y. I don't recommend such a thing. It's a very red, okay, and very corrective. So no direction here, only corrective. So I don't like such a chart, guys, because it might, of course, be really not nice. We had this before, ABC, yes, very likely. A, B, and a C expanding flat. You are in a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. You might still looking for lower. So yeah, I don't like it at all. All right, so that was it for today for the live stream, guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you, all of you guys. And I hope that was helpful. So as a conclusion for the live stream, for the crypto market analysis, Bitcoin and all the altcoins might still looking for one more low. And there is a possibility, of course, to reverse for very bullish for the altcoin, especially. Bitcoin might move for higher prices, but not bullish, meaning not impulsive. probably can be final wave 5 of the ending diagonal, as I mentioned, but this possibility is still there. We're gonna look for it, of course, and I believe that the next week is coming, because this low might be finished between tomorrow, or I would say Monday, or after Monday in few days maybe. So the middle of the week can be very, very likely that we see, of course, a reversal for the market, for very, very bullish toward the upside. Yep, that was it for the crypto market. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. And of course, see you in the next live stream. Bye bye.